Hi guys, welcome to Perfect Fit Zone by Halima Iya. And today I'll be discussing about intermittent fasting, the different types, and how I incorporated intermittent fasting to lose 15.4 pounds, that's 7 kg in a week. Intermittent fasting, unlike the regular type of fast we know, involve avoiding calories for a prolonged period of time. It is the easiest way of controlling your weight and does not require following any strict diet. During this period, you have to totally abstain from food, fruits, drinks, or anything at all that contains calories. However, you could consume as much water as you want. If you're a tea lover, you could have your black tea or green tea. You could also have your black coffee or any drink at all that does not contain calories. Exactly 8 hours after your last meal or after a prolonged hour of not having anything to eat, the body used up its last glucose in reserve and fall into a state called the gluconeogenesis. That's the production of glucose from a non-carbohydrate source. What this means is that the body falls into a fasting state. All along, the body has been getting energy from the food consumed, but at this point, the body has already used up all the energy from the food or calorie consumed and has no choice but to fall back on the stored fat in the adipose tissue and convert them into energy to enable the body carry out its normal function. Now to the type of intermittent fasting we have. We have the time restricted eating, the 1 meal a day fasting, the alternate day fasting, the 5-2 diet, and the extended fasting. But for the sake of this video, we'll be elaborating more on the time restricted eating, as it is the best type of fasting for beginners. The time restricted eating, just like the name implies, is basically eating for a particular period of time during the day and fasting for the rest of the day. For the time restricted eating, we have the 12:12 fast, we have the 14:10 fast, we have the 16:8 fast, and 18:6 fast. The 12:12 fast is when you have a 12 hours eating window and a 12 hours fasting period. What this means is that you have from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. as your eating window, and then from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. the next day is going to be your fasting period. For the 14:10 fast, you have a 10 hours eating window and a 14 hours fasting period. What this means is that your first meal for every day is going to be by 9 a.m. and the last meal for that day is going to be by 7 p.m. Meaning that from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. you could eat, and then from 7 p.m. to 9 a.m. the next morning is your fasting period. We also have the 16:8 fast. This means that you have an 8-hour eating window and a 16 hours fasting period. The 18:6 fast. Here you have a 6 hours eating window and an 18 hours fasting period. To properly incorporate intermittent fasting for weight loss, first thing first, you need to know what your daily calorie requirement is. Your daily calorie requirement is the amount of calories or the amount of energy your body needs to carry out its activity, to carry out its bodily function effectively. And this is a big determinant for weight loss, weight gain, and weight maintenance. For example, let's assume an individual weighs 80 kg and their daily requirement for calorie is 2000 calories. Hence, consuming 1800 calories a day will allow the body source for the remaining 200 calories by burning the excess fat in the adipose tissue, or by converting excess fat in the body into energy, promoting weight loss. On the other hand, if this individual decides to consume 2,500 calories. What the body does here is to use up the 2,000 calories it needs and store the remaining 500 calories in the adipose tissue as fat, resulting into weight gain. So what intermittent fasting does basically is to give time for the body to fall back on excess fat stored in the adipose tissue, excess fat that planks the blood vessel, excess fats that might attach themselves to specific organs, causing harm to the individual. It allows the body to convert those fats into energy required for the body activity, hence promoting weight loss. So during my first week of starting my weight loss journey, I incorporated intermittent fasting, the 18:6 to be specific, where I have a 6 hours eating window and an 18 hours fasting period. Most times I try to ensure that I start my fast by 6 p.m. and I break my fast by noon the next day. So you see, the best part of this is that most of the fasting period is going to be during the night time. It makes it very, very easy because you're basically going to be asleep for the most of that period. So yeah, you have an 18 hours fasting period and a 6 hours eating window. So yeah, between noon and 6 p.m. I tend to have my meals. I tend to split my meal into different periods of that hour. Maybe I may decide to have one portion between 12 to 1, have another one between 2 to 4, and then have the last one by 6 p.m. Basically, that's what I did. However, I also like you to understand that intermittent fasting is not a miracle weight loss plan or a quick fix. Basically, it is part of those things you do. It is part of those things that help catalyze the rate at which you lose weight, that help speed up the rate at which you lose weight, basically. And also the benefit for intermittent fasting cannot be overemphasized. The benefit that comes with fasting cannot be overrated. Basically, I'm going to do a video to elaborate on the benefit of intermittent fasting. And another important thing I would like you to all to note is, alongside with intermittent fasting, I maintained a calorie deficit. I also incorporated good eating habits. I increased my physical activity and my activity level. I ensured I had enough to drink, enough fluid intake. I ensured I had good sleep. I ensured that my diet was right, my diet was on point. So basically, all this put together is what actually formed the basis for my weight loss, not just intermittent fasting alone. Intermittent fasting is just one of those things I did to help speed up the rate at which I lose weight. So this brings us to the end of this video. I hope you find it helpful. Please kindly subscribe, like, and drop a comment in the comment section down below. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.